Hello, it's Doug down in the lab. Today I'm going to be adding a Piezo speaker to the last circuit that I built with a blinking LED. The goal of this video is going to be able to fire off the Piezo speaker and have it create a buzzing noise in synchronization with the LED. Let's get started. As you can see here, I have the last circuit still in place with the blinking LED, and you might see some new components here. Here is the Piezo speaker, and I wired this up to go to pin 8, and I wired the other pin to ground. You might also notice too up here I have these both go to the Arduino board, +5 voltage and ground. If you look along the side here, you'll see the red bar. That actually goes the whole way down here. Anything I plug in here is going to be getting a +5 voltage. And just on the opposite side, the blue, again, the whole way down through is going to be the ground side. I just put these up here in the breadboard just to kind of put them out of the way, and I taped them down just so you guys can see what's going on. Another thing here is the Piezo speaker. There you go. I'm going to be using that. This is going to be creating a buzzing noise. And they come in different flavors too. I think I have some here. Let me rummage around here. Yeah, here I have another one. So here's another one that actually has 2 prongs. And again, +5 negative, and it'll fire it off. And this one has 3, which is a controller pin, but I can bypass that and get it working just the same. Just fits nice here in the breadboard for testing. You bring your attention to the code here, you'll see that last time, this is the blinking LED code, and now we're going to add so we can put the Piezo speaker into it. One of the first things I want to do here is I want to create an integer, and I want to assign the pin that I have the Piezo speaker hooked to, which is pin 7. So just like the LED, I can say int. I can't call this LED, of course. Let's call it buzzer, because they have to be different. And we'll assign it to pin 7. I will then drop down here to initialize the pin how I want it as an input or output. It's a Piezo speaker, it's putting out sound, so therefore it would be an output. So here we'll put buzzer and output. Now, interesting thing, the reason why I come up here and I actually create an integer and assign it to number 7 is this right here. I can back this out and put that, and that would work too. The reason why we give it an integer name is if I have 100 lines of code and I all hard code them with a specific number like 777, you know what I mean, like 77 all the way down, and for some reason I find out that I need to change a pin on the board, I would have to go through those 100 lines of code and find out where every 7 is and change it accordingly, which can be very cumbersome. However, if you define the variable up here and assign it number 7, the only thing I need to do is change there. Well, there, I assign it to pin 9. It's that simple, and the rest of the code would apply. So it's a nice little tip and trick to have. Moving forward, we want to come down into the loop, and we are going to do a new function called tone. Tone has 3 parameters that you have to define in order to make it work, and they are the pin, the frequency, and the duration. Now, you don't put it like that. That's just how it's defined. How you actually would type it would be tone, the pin, which we know up here it's 7, so we can type buzzer. Again, if you type 7 here, that would work too, but I just explained why that's not really a good idea to do that moving forward. And the other thing that we need here is the frequency. We can get away with just putting the frequency in. Let me back this out because we don't need this. I was just explaining. And so I have tone, the pin, buzzer 7, and the frequency 1000. This 1000 equals this 1000 equals 1 kilohertz. No, kilohertz. So just that's the reason why we put 1,000 there. That's the frequency, and so we can move this up and down later once we get this working. The next thing we want to do is go down through here. Say, okay, we're buzzing this at a frequency of 1,000. We're going to be digitally writing the LED to low. We're going to be delaying. So buzz. So the next thing we want to do is we want to turn the buzzer off, because again we want it to go in sync with the LED turning on and off. In order to turn the buzzer off, there's the anti-function of tone, which is just no tone. And we would just say no tone buzzer, which again would be 7. And that is that. If I check my code to make sure I don't have any syntax errors, and that looks good. And if I upload the code, okay, here we go. Yep. So it's definitely in sync, and it is as simple as that. Let me unplug this. Let me unplug this and switch my view for you. So there you go. Like I explained last time, is when you're building these circuits, you kind of want to think them as blocks, and you can keep building off them. So we first started off with just blinking an LED, which was simple enough. Now I put a Piezo speaker, and I'm having it beep in synchronization with the LED. This could be something like, you probably seen things like an alarm clock, or even some type of an alarm system that you have that sound and you have that light to get your attention. So I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.